listening to, watching, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling sex, drugs, and skincare. Like and subscribe. Hi, welcome back to Sex, Drugs, and Skincare. I'm Nikki Davis. I took the Miller part off. Nikki Davis Jr., according to Tammy Jo Deeren.
That's right.
I'm a licensed esthetician for 25 years and also stand-up comic. And with me, as always, most of the time, Sandro Yocolano.
Hello, I was just on Amazon.
You were just on Amazon.
Yeah.
What?
Prime. Well, I have Prime. No, the Amazon app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought you had a new credit.
No, I was here. I'm a customer. That's my credit. But it's just fast. I was on Amazon. I was like, oh, I better look at something. But
For
that's
real?
how,
Right
that's
now?
how quick. Yeah, it was just before we started.
Oh, what were you looking at?
I was looking at a code. I forgot what it's called. Oh wait, yeah, it's a scan tool for the car to see what check engine light codes come on, and it has a history of it to let you know. And are you snoring?
No.
That's a weird condition to snore while you're
I have
awake.
sleep
You probably should
apnea.
get that checked out. But anyways, it's a scan tool for a car that I was on Amazon. It's just
Yeah.
real quick. I put it in the cart to let me know that I don't want to forget to spend money.
Right. And you can think about it. It gives you some time to
Yeah, you
contemplate
put it in
whether or
there,
not you
save
need
for
it, want
later.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So just, because I need something, but I'm like, oh, I better do this.
Yeah.
So, and I want to get it done right away. Because
Yeah.
then I'll be talking in the middle and thinking about being on Amazon, and I won't be like committed to what we're actually saying. Whereas right now, as I'm saying this, I can think about going home really fast and just being there and not being here. I don't have to think. I don't have to think about Amazon now. I've already done that.
Yeah.
Now I can just think about really where I really want to be.
Which is not
On
here.
the couch.
But you are thinking about Amazon now.
Because I
Well,
have to
now
say
you're talking
it.
about it. Yeah,
Now
that's
I'm
a
thinking
good
about
point.
Amazon because
Yeah.
you mentioned it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there really is no escape from anything.
No.
No.
Not even your own rambling or like whatever it is or like consumerism.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if communist countries can't just jump on Amazon, right?
No, I don't.
No, they
I don't
can't?
think so.
No,
No.
because like they have it's like a limit
Yeah.
Okay.
to stuff.
They're thinking about other things a lot.
That's true.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of
They have
other
their
stuff
own-
to talk about.
Like they're thinking about like the gulag.
The
Like I can't get
gulag.
my mind off the gulag.
Yeah,
Which
I
one
could
is that,
never.
food?
I could never eat
No,
gulag.
it's like a jail they put you
Oh,
in.
okay. I thought it was
Oh yeah,
soup.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, borscht and gulag, I think, would probably go good together. I think you'd probably have. Yeah. What do they have in?
And like porridge. It all sounds like
Porridge.
food like that's sad.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
porridge.
You
The
know.
porridge was also a jail too, right? Or was that like a?
No, porridge is just like oatmeal,
Yeah.
but sadder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Miss Muffet ate porridge.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that was curds and whey, but still another sad.
Yeah.
food.
That's protein.
Yeah, that's
Curds
true.
and whey protein is fine. Yeah.
I love a cheese curd, by the way.
Cheese curds are really
Wisconsin
good.
cheese curd. I've been trying to
Yes.
buy those. They're so expensive.
They're
You gotta.
poutine.
Yeah, because I want to buy it to make poutine.
Next
but-
time you go, John Brickley, our friend John Brickley, and he goes to back to Wisconsin or
oh,
Illinois.
he brings them.
There's a place where he can buy them for you. He did it for me, and then I never received them.
Oh.
But I'm sure you would probably see him before.
The
I ever-
interest on cheese curds.
Mhm.
very high.
Yeah. So
Oh God, they're so
he
good.
probably owes you like a bag and a half of those on top of what
Oh,
he
that's
owes you now.
exactly
So
right.
the interest gained
It's
is the interest
compounding.
earned.
Yeah.
To the interest you make is equal to the interest you take. That was the Beatles accountant.
Okay, yeah.
wrote that, yeah.
He wrote songs as
He
well.
wrote songs. Yeah.
about cheese curd interest.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get in the biz.
Well, when you're the Beatles,
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody wants a piece of the
a
pie.
piece of the apple.
But did you want
Piece of
cheese curds to make poutine or just to eat them?
Just to eat them.
Oh wow.
I don't even know it, but I thought poutine was the cheese curds.
No, poutine is fries with cheese curds and gravy.
Oh, okay, yes. That,
So what I would do is I would
That's-
get the cheese curds.
Yeah.
I would just buy the gravy for $1 at Roscoe's.
Right.
You can buy a cup of
Yeah.
gravy and just make fries and that's it.
It's like you're making money at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe you can like get poutine, maybe like cheese curds on like the black market.
yeah, so-
I feel like
in the
there
dark
is- I
web.
feel
We
like
just had a black that was Black Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they should really combine the two.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Black
It's a black
market,
market.
Black
Stop right
Friday.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, if you want to 'cause human fingers are very expensive, but one day a year, you could probably get a deal on them.
I can get you a finger.
I can get
you
you
a
a
toe.
toe. I can get you a toe. I can get you a toe. I had a White Russian yesterday,
You did?
but it was called the Dude.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was called the Dude, and then it had toasted vanilla cream with the Kahlua.
That sounds really good.
It was delicious. It was like having a dessert with vodka and Kahlua. Kahlua is also kind of sweet. So
And you don't drink much, so
no, and I was
were you schmammeled? I don't know.
No, I wasn't schmammeled, which is shit mammaled.
Mhm.
It's like being shit faced,
Uh-huh.
but you're shit mammaled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shemammal.
because mammals shemammaled, and they also transition mammaling, but she mammals.
Well,
Oh,
it's,
right.
it's getting
Shemamals.
political. It's getting political.
I know it already started.
Yeah.
Once
Well,
the T word comes
the
in.
the next segment, when you get over here, we're going to be talking about just the House of Representatives. We're going to talk about
You don't even know what to
Mitch
call.
McConnell. I almost said House of Cards,
Yeah. Oh,
but we
Yeah.
can't talk about Kevin Spacey.
Product placement.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but
and we actually can't talk about Kevin Spacey because,
Because he molested me.
well, oh yeah,
See, that's
that too.
another yeah.
But the first reason was being that he doesn't sponsor the show.
he doesn't sponsor
No.
the show.
And
No,
he probably never will.
You're such a pessimist.
I know he could.
Kevin
he could,
Spacey?
He's a
could-
realist, though. I know. Yeah, our guest
Yeah.
is a realist for sure.
Well, no, that we need people that are realists because if not, who's going to sell us our homes? I mean,
Mhm.
You're a realister.
The realists.
He's realister than
Realists.
anyone I know.
Is the realest guy I know. You know what's funny? It's like when you know a realtor and they say realtor,
Yeah.
and it's clearly printed on every business
Yeah.
card they have, and they just some people I guess they're more melodic when they want to say words. Like nuclear.
I was just gonna say people who say
Nuclear.
nuclear.
Yeah.
It may be the same people. Who
I think that
say
was George
realtor.
Bush that started
Realtor.
that.
He did say
nuclear.
nuclear.
It was him.
How did he get even in office using that
Corrupt
word?
politician and
How anybody
and
gets
votes,
in office.
and votes don't matter. Other than that, I have no idea.
Yeah.
There should have been like a whole coalition of people that just wouldn't allow someone that said nuclear to be running the country.
Right, but he connects with the people who do say that.
Yes.
That's true.
And they're the people who actually have nuclear. They work at the nuclear plant.
And they have a nuclear family.
Exactly, they have a nuclear family.
Is that where
Yeah.
you were going with that?
I was gonna say, well, that's a great point. 'Cause that was another avenue of it.
Okay, yeah.
But I was gonna say that they also have like nuclear, probably like radiation poisoning.
Oh, that's
So-
that's very
Yeah.
and that's where the
It's all funny. We're on this earth.
it's hilarious.
We're on this earth, and we just end up in who knows who does what. Some people just make a living
Hmm?
getting radiation poisoning.
Well, we're all getting radiation poisoning.
We
That's
are
true.
right
Our
now.
phones,
You know what's funny?
computers.
You mentioned that. I
Yeah.
don't know if we were rolling at that point, but you did mention the fact that
Yeah.
we're in a room and all
Full of
getting there's all
radiation, yeah.
radiation
Every
everywhere.
single thing
Because they
that's
say TVs actually give more radiation than the microwave.
Whoa.
You know how we say like,
wow.
oh, don't stand in front of the microwave.
Yeah,
Say,
I haven't had a microwave
Yeah.
for almost 10 years for that reason. I'm like, there's something
Yeah.
about having your food too quickly heated doesn't
Yeah.
seem very natural to me.
unearned.
But exactly, I don't deserve that.
Yeah.
Mark's saying TV radiation is more than the microwave. Okay,
Yeah, let's see.
I
He's-
believe it. And the fucking TV that we're looking at, by the way,
Yeah.
is well, how many inches is that?
So if you're not watching the podcast and you're just listening, Mark is using a
Oh, here
search
we go,
engine
yeah.
called Google.
UV radiation
TV,
has
it's
more
on, the
energy
screen
than
is on. How big
radiation
is this?
from
Oh, okay.
microwaves. Higher energy can increase the risk of health issues like
Wow. Maybe
skin
more, yeah.
cancer.
Wow.
Well, this
Wow.
concerns
Wow.
From
you.
televisions.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
So
televisions.
that's like a current television today, not one. That
I think it's
tubes?
especially the ones today
Oh,
because
okay.
they
that
have
makes
Bluetooth
sense.
and
Yeah.
Wi-Fi and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's the opposite.
Oh, it's the opposite. It's the old ones.
Oh, like a tube, like a tube TV.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So I guess we're better.
And I heard,
I don't even know.
I heard that like also we get so accustomed to it. Like I heard that when they had plasma screen televisions, if the more plasma screen televisions you had or watched, the less your body was to produce its own plasma.
No.
Because yeah, absolutely, yeah, your body produces less plasma,
In your blood.
and that's why they never released platelet television.
And that's why
because
you
that
can't.
would fuck everybody.
That's
up.
why you can't donate blood if you have a plasma TV. They go, you have a TV, you can't.
Oh yeah,
We don't want
yeah.
your blood.
Yeah, they don't believe. They're like, because you have to drain the plasma from the television.
Is this from your body or from the TV?
Yeah, that's why they didn't. Yeah, they didn't do it.
Yeah, it's just too similar.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything like safe that you
No.
can actually have,
Even
or
the
that,
food
or
we're
that
eating.
No, I know.
Yeah,
food
I
is
think
bad.
everybody. Yeah,
It's a
or
miracle
people aren't lying
we're
to you.
alive.
It really is.
It's a miracle we're alive.
Every minute we're not dead is a miracle.
It's so funny too because we are just the right distance from the sun not to die
Mm-hmm.
of obviously the sun and radiation, but we decided to just put that radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
you know,
let's
it's like
rechannel it
yeah,
into right
the
into our
radiation
bodies.
is in the house. You know, like
Yeah.
the killer, the
Yeah.
killer is in inside you.
The phone is next to your penis.
Yeah,
In the
Dude,
pocket.
I don't keep the.
That's the name of my
it's so
new
funny.
movie.
It's, oh, yeah, that's it. Phone is next
Next
to
to
your
my
penis.
penis.
That's it. That's a. These are. It's a great day for catchphrases here.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, I try not to have my phone in my pockets.
Yeah, I try to hold it in my hand.
I try to hold
but
it.
that's like kind
It's
of
the same
laying
distance,
too.
though. You put it in
And
your
then,
butt.
and then I put it in my butt thinking, oh, there's more tissue in
Right,
between
right.
Yeah.
There's like
right?
bones there.
But it doesn't make, and sometimes I put the phone, if you're not watching the podcast and you're listening, I'm holding a phone. So if you have the
camera.
if you have, I think I put this away from me because I think that somehow this is more, I don't know.
I don't know.
Just use the phone and,
I just let you just do whatever you think is good for you, as long as it makes you happy.
Yeah, that's why I think I talk less on the phone than I text, because I don't like the idea of having the phone to my ear.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
I like,
Plus
but
it
then
gets hot.
But then I also looked on Reddit, and it just said you're gonna die anyways.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also starting to get carpal tunnel like in my thumb from texting too much.
Oh,
It's
wow.
killing me.
I do a lot of
God.
voice to text now for that reason.
Yeah, me too. I do it because I drive and text, and it's just easier to do it that way.
Well, you know what? Before we go any further, I would like to actually put our guest where you're sitting.
Yeah, because he's bringing up a lot of good stuff,
Yeah.
and I
I want to make sure it's on camera.
it's on camera, and he's doing, and I'm very excited because I love our guest,
I love him too, and
and I don't
this
see
guy-
enough of him.
No, I don't
that's
see
my
enough
fault.
of him.
No,
Exactly. He is one of the most talented people I know, and I'm not just saying that because anytime we've been somewhere and it's like we need a such and such, Rishi's, oh, I could do that. Like we shot a
The
it's
wrestling
Rishi-
video,
yeah,
and he's like choreographed the
He
whole,
goes, yeah, he
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
I do combat, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Stage
Stage
combat?
Stage combat,
Yeah,
yeah. So, anyways, I'm just very impressed
He's also
with him.
stage combative too. That's
Yes,
why.
yeah.
he
That's
likes
why
to fight on stage.
he's got a
I fight
reputation
with
for
the
being
stage.
quite the.
Yes, fighting
He's
Punch
fighting
the stage.
stages.
Yeah.
in stage. All right. All right. So let's get you out of here and let's bring up coming to the couch right now,
All
good
right.
friend Rishi Arya. I'm not going to stop the camera for that.
Did you put the
Yeah.
push button? It's on the lightest mode, so pull it like kind of slower.
We've gotten Rishi to,
Yeah.
to do a little bit of vaping. He actually asked, but let's see what kind of hit you get.
Yeah. It's on the lower setting. I was talking to producer Alex earlier.
Did you get anything at
doesn't-
all?
It doesn't heat the. There
Oh,
we
you
go.
did. There
Yeah.
you Oh, wow.
The lower setting doesn't heat it as much, so it tastes better, and I find it smoother.
Okay.
It's better. Smooth is better than it just
Yeah.
like blasting your brain.
Oh, totally, yeah. Because then it's and then it just end up coughing, and then you almost kind of feel like you do when you're smoking a joint or
I
whatever.
feel like
and-
I coughed the other day and I hurt my kidneys, and then
Really?
like I couldn't sit down. I couldn't like I was like just from coughing.
Dude, it feels like hacky when someone's like, "Oh, I sneezed and I like."
No,
pulled
it's
my
not
No,
back."
back.
it's a real thing.
You know, like-
it's hack because it's happening to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
all
the
the
way
fucking
exactly.
time.
Yeah,
Why do you think cold medicine's so popular?
Yeah.
because it's hacky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just coughed and like I'd say I was like my kidneys are hurting.
Oh my God.
God,
Both of them?
dude.
I
Or
felt
just
like
your
it.
lower back?
Felt like it. My wife was saying like, "No, it's just gas. It's not your kidneys." I go, "Whatever it is."
Did
I'm
you go
in
to the
pain."
doctor?
No,
All right.
I just
so,
watched The Sopranos.
Are you able
That's
to
just as
turn
good
around?
as going
I
to
want to
that,
do
yeah.
a little experiment on your
Okay.
kidney. No.
Okay.
Okay. So
What, you gonna punch me in the kidney?
yeah, a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you just get okay. No, you get to stand up. A little
Okay.
bit, yeah.
Okay, let's
And then I'm
So if you just listen to the podcast, Nikki is
does that feel okay?
hitting Ari.
If you had a kidney infection,
Rishi.
you would have jumped
That
out,
would've
out
hurt
of your
like a
clothes.
lot.
Yeah,
Okay,
a lot.
so no
I've had a
infection.
kidney infection, and I didn't know. I thought I had back trouble. My chiropractor is trying to fix me, and I was in so much pain. And she goes, "Hold on a second, turn over." And she goes, "Pap, pap," just like really light on my back. And I screamed, and then I figured out I had a really, really serious.
I
you get
had
that
a
from alcohol?
roommate.
You get that from alcohol?
no, no, not at all. I just got. I had a urinary infection that I
and
didn't
then
treat.
it moved to
Yeah,
your.
or it either didn't treat or it didn't.
Oh, it's spread.
It spread. Yeah, that's
because
you
that
don't treat
moving
it-
would be scary.
what's that?
If it actually moved,
Yeah, it
that'd
just
be,
moved.
Oh, yeah.
I had a
I'm done here.
infection on my elbow, and
done
it
my
went to
work.
my ear.
Yeah, that's not, I had a roommate once that was like she was renting the living room, so she was sleeping on the couch, and she was like on the couch, like just
The model
sleeping. I guess I don't know if she was a model. She wasn't a model tenant. I'll be honest.
Oh.
But no, she paid us a lot of money to sleep on the couch, so that was fine. But she was on the couch for like a long time, and I was just like, "Are you all right?" And she's like, "I have a pain or whatever." And then she like took her to the emergency care or whatever,
remember that.
urgent care, and she had like a kidney infection that went to like it started like I guess UTI, and then like went through her kidney,
Fuck.
and then it might even been like she was risking having like a bladder infection as well or something like that. But like she was like in like a lot of pain and took a
Yeah.
bunch of meds and like had a fever and all this shit. So Yeah, that can be scary.
It will damage your kidneys forever if you
Ah.
don't, and then you're going to be.
And then imagine how bad your skin's gonna get from
oh
all
my
the
God,
stress.
kidney
That's
damage.
The worst part.
Yeah, no, that's not good. This
You
and
know?
yeah, well, your body's not functioning properly. You're going to get
Yeah.
You're
like,
gonna get stressed.
You're
You're
gonna
gonna
get
break out.
boils
Yeah,
or
there was a
something.
friend I knew
I don't know if
who
that's true.
she just had like wait, what you boil?
yeah, boils. Yeah. Susan Boils.
It's
Yeah,
like I
well,
cannot confirm or deny.
Yeah,
It
exactly,
won't be
yeah.
Boils.
Yeah, well, I had a friend who had kidney problems and started listening to Susan Boyle.
Oh.
So, and I mean,
It happens.
Last time I saw
Yeah.
her was in Zoolander Part 2. Did you guys see Zoolander
No.
2?
no, I haven't seen two.
I watched Zoolander 2 for my job as a linguist, doing like subtitles.
You still doing that?
Yeah,
I love
I
that.
still
That's
do
so
that.
Dude,
awesome.
that's so fucking
And
fascinating.
Yeah.
So
and I-
explain what you do just for a second,
Yeah.
so like the people listening know.
It's not that fascinating. It's really I just double check the French subtitles on American movies.
Well,
If
first of
there's a
all, you know
mistake-
fucking French.
I know
That's
French.
pretty
My first
impressive.
language.
That's very impressive.
And
This is
yeah.
a French accent.
That's what you're doing
That's
right
how,
now.
That's how
Yeah.
subtle. That's how good
Yeah,
you are. You don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
like put it on.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch movies that take place in Russia, but it's all the people speaking English to
And
each
British
other.
or
And
something.
British.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Of
And,
course,
like,
that's
the
how they
British
do it.
accent,
But you're like,
yeah.
oh, that's how British, that's how Russian sounds to them.
Right,
Yeah.
because that's where they learn from.
Because I don't know. But I find it fascinating because, as well as like the fact you speak French, but it's such a thing that you take for granted.
Yeah.
Because
What's
you just
that?
like put the subtitles on or off.
Oh, yeah.
And then like especially if you don't speak, like the common language, like if it's released in the US and you need it, if I put it on French, I'm just assume it's correct.
Right,
You know?
yeah. Why would
but
you
it's something
know?
you take for granted. There's everything that happens, somebody actually has to be there.
Oh yeah, big time.
To,
And
like,
it's different.
QA
The
it.
French is different in Quebec than Tunisia,
Okay.
than Paris, than Belgium. It's a different kind of French.
Okay.
Like each are dialects?
Yeah.
And do you recognize words from those dialects that you have to
Pretty
change?
much. Honestly, I learned most of them on the job.
Really?
But a lot of the times, I fix a mistake, and because the tech guy doesn't want to fail the project, he just leaves it in. It's like my work is useless. Unless it's a big error where it's like, guys, this is just so wrong.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
they're like, as long as it's not,
We watch the captions with everything, and we have noticed some crazy things that get
Crazy-
by. I'm like, and I
Yeah.
think about you.
You watch in a different language or
no,
in
and
English?
just in English.
But
just
in
so
English,
I
it shouldn't get by.
It
It's
shouldn't get
literally
by.
matched with the.
It's bizarre too.
it's a
'cause-
sound related,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes the words are so off, like the payoff word is off, or there's a switch. Clearly, a person would know that that's not the word they're putting, whatever.
Yeah.
But so I'm wondering if sometimes do they just give the script and then the script isn't updated and they just improv something else and that's the take they use?
Well, I know there's a job which I'm trying to get right now. It's just a script adapter,
What's that?
where basically you are writing the English scripts of foreign shows.
Oh.
So if somebody, because I do voiceover for Netflix too, I do a lot of dubbing.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's like for that.
Yeah. Okay.
I never watch dub things personally, but I guess people do. And so there is a job, and to apply for the job,
Yeah.
like I had to submit scripts I wrote. So they kind of have to see like,
Oh,
okay,
like-
do you know how a script works? They kind of just
Right.
gonna
Oh,
hire
yeah, totally.
some.
But they're using your
guy.
voice though.
Well, that too. That's
Okay.
a different job.
Oh,
As a
okay.
voiceover.
Gotcha.
But I'm trying to be the.
That's the adapter.
Yeah. So it's
Gotcha.
not just a straight translation. You're supposed to be able to actually adapt it.
You need to have the
Because some
yeah.
languages are better than others. The French are very good at doing it.
Mm.
When I watch it, like, okay, that means you can tell how good it is by what size of the market it's reaching. So when you go to, I don't know if you guys have been to Paris, but there's like, I don't know if lately, but like I remember when I went a decade ago, there was like movie theaters everywhere.
Oh,
There
okay.
was they have a lot of movie theaters per space. So like there's a demand for people there watch movies.
Yeah.
But if you watch like captions or voiceover for like Bulgaria,
Yeah.
it's just like as if they got my dad to come in and read the script, read every single character. It's kind of like just it's like I stood up like he's saying this right now. I was like, okay, so I guess people just aren't watching
It's
movies.
so direct, like
Yeah.
efficient. The guy walked in and he said something,
Yeah.
and he
So,
says this.
It's like,
That's
so to
awesome.
me, I was like, okay, I guess I can tell like people are not watching movies.
Yeah.
Or
in
American
certain places.
movies,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say.
yeah.
In
Interesting.
Bulgaria.
Plus French, I feel like it would be more specific with their words, whereas Americans just use like the same word for like 500 different things.
Yeah, maybe. I think
don't know.
Italian. I think the romantic languages are good because I
Yeah.
think Italian is good.
Sandra obviously
But,
speaks Italian.
Yeah, I think the Germans are good too. I haven't watched the Germans, but I think they're good too.
Yeah.
Just because it's a big market.
Did you
there.
remember? I was thinking about something that was dubbed that I've watched that was recent or the most recent thing. I think it might have been Squid Games. Squid Game.
Oh yeah. I know
Squid
the
Game or
guy.
whatever.
He's a
Korean?
comic. The guy who plays the Indian guy in Squid
really?
Games. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he looks familiar. I've
Yeah,
seen
he's
him
a
in something.
comic from here, and
Oh,
he
okay.
got the job to do his
was the
English
janitor?
voice. Not the janitor. He's
No.
like the Indian guy. There's
was
only
the
one.
Indian
and,
guy.
Oh, I think I'm thinking about
or
different.
This is so
Pakistani,
funny. He's the Indian
you know?
guy. Wait, which was it? The Indian- oh yeah.
He must have been the janitor, right?
That's not what I meant. There's
No,
another
I know,
movie.
I know.
It's a Korean movie where isn't it like there's
It's
like a janitor under the building and then like there's murders happening?
That's Parasite.
That's Parasite.
Yeah, that's what I'm
there's
saying.
no,
Yeah, I
there's
got
no
them
Indian
mixed
guy
up.
in
Parasite.
Parasite.
He's the driver. Yeah. You're thinking of the Korean guy who didn't play the Indian guy.
I'm
but
making things
Squid
up
Game
now.
is like the really like graphic like
This it's like Saw. It's like
Yeah.
games.
Oh,
It's like a
okay,
game.
yeah.
it's like a
they're
game
all
version
in.
of it.
I can't
But when I was
watch
watching that,
It's great.
it's
Yeah?
it's great. It's
Amazing, yeah.
gory, but it's great. And it's also just
Sad.
and
You know, you're gonna love
Yeah.
it. It makes you cry.
makes you
And
cry.
you're like, it's hard to watch. It hurts your
Nausea,
feelings.
yeah.
You're gonna have a great time
I'm
watching
so
the show.
excited.
totally.
to watch
You
it.
feel like
Yeah.
you're so happy to not be.
Yeah, that
in
is the
in that
mark of a
scenario.
good show these days. Like,
Yeah.
how good is the show? It's like, well, they're killing kids in it. Like, okay, I'll watch it.
Oh yeah, that's
Whoa.
it's
You know,
edgy,
it's
it's
like,
edgy.
they're
I was like,
going
oh no,
there?
there's like rape in the show. It's like, oh fuck.
They start with
Like
incest
all the
and
best shows are like all
A
that.
dead
They're like
baby.
killing babies
Yeah.
and raping
It's
people.
And then they leave,
Topical.
and then they leave like little signs of like with cross things through it, like in the forest, like with sticks. That's a new thing I've noticed. With
Oh
different
really? That
shows,
sounds like
yeah.
Blair Witch to me.
Yeah, I think maybe that's
Yeah.
where it started.
Yeah, like was it Yellow Jackets?
Yellow Jackets did it.
There's
Great-
always
yeah. Oh, sorry. What's the
No,
Matthew
you're good.
McConaughey one? Matthew McConaughey with
Oh,
True Detective.
I didn't
Detective,
finish
they did
watching that
that.
because each episode was like the first episode was like an hour and 8 minutes. And I was like, whew, all right.
Yeah,
You
And
get
then the
tired.
second episode was like an hour. I was like, I couldn't keep it going.
Yeah.
yeah.
You gotta
yeah.
cinch me into that. I like when like the show is like a normal 40 or 52 minutes,
Mhm.
and then in episode 4, it's like, well, this one's an hour.
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
I'm
now
in.
you appreciate
Yeah.
it.
But to start me off at an hour,
Yeah.
you know.
That's a lot of exposition.
Yeah, they have to really grab you. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot. It's kind of slow. I like the character build of it, but
Yeah.
there is like a lot of like.
I know it's amazing. I can
Under
just
the
tell it's
light.
amazing.
It is.
But I can't watch
really,
it.
Yeah.
really
There's one
is.
show you ever watch How To? That's the documentary show on
No.
HBO. It's a great show. I watched
Yeah.
the first season. It's amazing. It's kind of like a documentary style comedy.
Yeah.
And then the second season, the first episode is about shit.
Oh, you have
And
my
I always
attention now.
watch these shows while I'm eating.
Oh.
It's like part of the thing.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
I don't eat unless I can watch something. And I don't watch something unless I could eat something.
That makes sense.
So me and my wife, we started watching the show, and it's just like, look, we're just looking at shit while we're eating our food
yeah.
on our big TV. And I was like, I can't. She's like, okay, let's just watch anything else. We'll watch this another time.
Yeah, it's like watching Dirty Jobs,
Yeah.
like appetizers. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm in a sewage plant.
And that's the first time we watched Winning Time was because of that. We watched
Oh,
Winning
okay.
Time.
Oh,
I
you
love that show.
flipped it.
Yeah. It was an
Yeah,
amazing
yeah,
show.
yeah.
And I
Oh,
just
that's
never.
cool.
Yeah. So there's shows I'm not watching because it's just like too gross.
Yeah, but because
could
you're
see that.
eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
But
see
that's
that for
one
sure.
of them.
Let me ask you a question because I get annoyed, and I wonder if you feel the same way or your wife feels the same way because I can't start eating until the show comes on, right?
Totally.
the
Until
other
it comes on,
person's-
and it's
Yes.
really like a little bit in the show. Like I don't want to eat during the opening music sequence,
Yep.
and I don't want to eat while the person's like stretching. Like I want to be eating in the drama.
Right, but
Yeah,
what
yeah,
if
yeah.
the
You know?
person you're with is taking forever to put their meal together? Like they've got, they want to put it on this, blah, 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 and then a
Again,
certain
I don't have
plate.
a microwave.
I have a thing
It
for
takes
that.
time.
I have a thing for
I
that.
get angry.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
you-
I'm sitting here looking at my food. I'm starving.
But here's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
You should be making his plate too.
Oh God.
that's what I
really
do. I make both plates.
Oh, that's a good move.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
make both plates.
When I cook for us,
And
I
she just
usually I
gets the
make both
drinks.
of our plates.
You do.
But if we're eating, satellite, or something like that, like we're together, or we're eating a la carte, so we're not the same thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of whatever the words were I was thinking of, but we're eating different foods.
Yeah.
Then I get it.
yeah. But that's the best way because at least you're both getting it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he gets it ready, you get the show ready.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can
Oh,
press
yeah, yeah,
play
Yeah.
Yeah.
while
Yes.
he's giving you the food. As long as he's in the room,
But see,
Yeah.
you can press play.
that's the point though. That's the optimal the appropriate word here is play, because you're pressing play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not coming. I'm not like racing against the clock here. It's not like, oh my God, it's going to start any minute.
Yeah.
We're starting it ourselves.
Right. But I'm
So-
hungry.
Oh, it's the hungry thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're gonna eat.
But I totally get it. There's sometimes I want to eat something like I'll have like every day I have ice cream, right?
Oh,
every
yeah,
once
I
in a
love
while,
it.
every day.
I get it.
But no corn syrup. I'm really trying my part here.
Trust
but
me.
I'll have ice
2
cream.
pints sometimes.
Dude, you
You
gotta
do 2
I used to,
pints?
then I was pre-diabetic,
Holy shit.
and I stopped doing that.
Poor
See, I'm
pancreas.
post-diabetic.
Oh, really?
So
you're in the
yeah.
good fight.
But there's like I'll have it, and I'm like, what? And I can't think of what show I'd like to watch with this food.
No, you have
And
to
then
know
I'm
it.
like, and I literally will have
Pairing
like a
them?
little bit of panic attack, and I put the ice cream back in the freezer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. And it's bizarre because I do really enjoy being bombarded with entertainment and feeling
it's
good.
just
It's
you're
like,
just like no, we're just addicted to consuming.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just
Very
love.
true.
I feel like one addiction we all have now that we're not really admitting to ourselves is we're
Marijuana?
addicted to.
Oh.
Well, besides marijuana, you're
Yeah.
addicted to information.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
So that's why social
It feels
media
like
is so
control.
big. You just
Yeah.
want to consume as much information as possible all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if your screen time is like 6 hours, imagine you sat down and ate for 6 hours straight.
Oh my God.
It's like you don't
Yeah.
even exist in that time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I think it's all part. It's because we're so addicted to the phones. That's why you also want to be watching something when you're eating, because you can't imagine eating and looking at nothing.
There are times.
You
I can't
you
imagine. That doesn't even
fathom
make
it.
sense to me. Honestly.
That's why. Yeah. That's
You
why.
know?
That's why. I
It's
never,
like a time wasted.
Yeah.
You know, I should be consuming information here.
It's true.
What do you just sit at a table and
It's
just
an
eat
addiction.
with nothing going
Yeah.
on?
Very much so.
And that's why we've made things that all they do is provide us with information to just keep consuming.
I stress out the minute
Inundated.
I think that I can't look something up. Like I'm sitting in my, I don't have my phone. It's like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had
yeah.
encyclopedias before.
I can't not look something up.
Right.
Everything I'm looking up. If we're going to get tacos, I want to look up where we're going. You know.
When I'm
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
TV, I start looking up the
Yeah.
actors and what they're doing and if they how tall
Yeah,
they
you just
are.
want to
and like,
consume
yeah, yeah,
information.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
want any information.
It's
You know,
weird.
sometimes even when I'm going to the bathroom and my phone is dead, I start reading like the hairspray bottle. That's like I'm reading things.
Yeah.
Dude, that started for me when I was a kid eating cereal in the morning. I was
Yeah,
just,
you're looking at the
Oh,
box.
the box.
I'm looking. I would read
yes.
it
picture.
over and
I
over.
love the box.
Yeah.
That was half of the cereal.
You just can't not.
Yeah.
Basically, you can't not consume the information. I guess that's why meditating is so big, because it forces you to just close your eyes
It's
in
true, but
silence.
That's
Yeah.
crazy because when you're consuming information and doing all those things, you're actually doing something or paying attention,
Yeah.
but you
don't
aren't really
exist.
present.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
really
you're not
there.
present.
It's like
Yeah.
you're giving your attention to something
everything,
else.
yeah.
You know, like no, I'm gonna read these online arguments. That's why everybody's so into politics more now than ever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like important information. You can consume it all day,
Yeah.
every day, all day.
Yeah, it's
every
always
day.
coming. It's
It's
always
like a
new, it's
really
always there.
boring rocking chair.
Yeah.
It's like you're never
And you
gonna
can't help it
move.
because I'm like that too. It's like, why do I care about this? Going down rabbit holes of YouTube videos, looking at like people with mullets, like,
That's what you
eating
ended
a
up.
turkey, getting into a fight at Thanksgiving. Go, why am I watching this?
That's
I go, and why is there
entertaining.
like 2 million people watching?
Yeah,
this?
Wow.
it's the Schadenfreude. It's like the part of the reality show formula, which is part of the reality show is to make you feel better about yourself and to be like,
I
oh my god,
suppose.
it's like cutting, but you're like,
But the people
ugh.
but people love watching like super rich people live amazing
That's
lives
true,
and get
too.
Totally.
they
But
have,
we can
like-
judge them.
But it's full of drama
like
and
3
it's full of like
houses.
headaches
Yeah.
and shit.
It
And then
is,
you
but it's
also
just like the
watch
drama's
them-
fake. But they
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
love to have that drama. I don't think they think they're
True.
better than them for the drama.
Yeah, man, it's bizarre to like kind of have that out, but then I think anything just shining in your face, watching this giant TV
Yeah.
screen in front of me is kind of comforting.
Yeah, you
Just
can't
doing
not
it.
watch it if it's not
Yeah.
on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
You don't feel alone.
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah.
That's very, very true.
I watch
Wow.
Portlandia all day long. I'm not watching it, but it's on the Samsung
Mhm.
channel.
Yeah, it's comforting.
It's
Yeah.
comforting.
There's
Yeah.
an IFC channel with
yeah,
just
because you never
Portlandia.
saw a movie where someone was getting murdered in front of Portlandia before.
No.
You're like, that hasn't happened.
No.
Not yet.
But if you put on like a fireplace channel,
yeah.
you'd be like, somebody might murder me in front of this fireplace.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, that's
I
a
can
really
see
good
it.
point. Yeah.
I've seen stuff like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
But I never saw somebody get murdered in front of like, Weird Al videos.
no,
or
you
something.
can't because you're fascinated.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be
It
a
stops
good
them in
movie.
your
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah, you wouldn't murder the guy.
They're like, can you hold this knife for a second? I gotta watch this before I murder you.
Well, you know what? Speaking of murder,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was trying to link what I was saying. Scarring just feels like murder. Oh,
Oh,
wait, what's
yes.
going on?
Because you know who really murdered Scar from Lion King?
Lion
Wait.
King.
Oh shit! Sorry.
okay, sorry. Wait, what happened?
Scar from Lion King.
Yeah. he
Oh, I
killed
never watched it.
Mufasa.
Oh.
Yeah, killed his brother.
How did that tie into what I was saying?
Scars.
Oh, Scar,
You said
right,
killing
murder.
and
Yeah, yeah,
murder
yeah.
and Scar.
Got
And I was
it.
like a Scarface murdered.
Oh,
Scar
yeah.
murdered.
Murdering.
Scarface. I know.
Yeah.
That's a really mean thing that kids call people with scars on their faces.
If you're not watching the podcast and just listening, Nikki just did a segue.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was trying really hard to do it.
It was pretty good.
Okay, well,
I think
good. I think you guys took over the segue.
like
I
you
just
fell
sort
off
of,
a segue.
I put it out on the street, and you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
rode off into
You
the
provided the
sunset.
ingredients, and we mixed it up, and for nobody's benefit.
None of it. No
So-
recipe needed
Yeah,
because
yeah.
no one's eating it.
Spoon it
Yeah.
up.
Spoon it up.
But it had to be said. It was the only opportunity to say those 4 things at that
Exactly.
time.
And what other podcast
They'll
has
never be
spoken
said
about
again.
that?
That's the only part you should release of the podcast.
I think that's the
is
part we're
that-
going to mark on it.
Is that 2.5 minutes?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, this is going to be the teaser.
Right.
The podcast is only 2.5 minutes. This is just the rest is
There'd be a
B-roll.
big market for
We're just
that. It's
warming
like
up.
just 2.5
It
minutes.
is, I know.
Yeah.
We have at least 3 episodes a day.
Dude,
That would
Like,
be
what's
kind of
the new
awesome, though.
episode?
that would
Yeah.
be.
Why not? Why not do it? You might get big just for
It's
that.
an attention
Yeah.
span.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
there's
are like,
no
done.
answer. You ever see that guy? He did a GoFundMe to make potato salad.
No, that's
He did a
beautiful.
GoFundMe to get, like, he just wanted like $18, and it got up to like 10,000, 20,000. People just
Wow.
kept donating.
Oh man,
And the
that's-
description was like, "What do you get?" Well, it's just basically me eating potato salad. You know,
They're
just
like,
that.
Send in
Yeah.
$500.
You see, that's like, would you ever predict that like you could make? I think then he started doing tiers. Like, okay, if you give me 30 grand, I'll have a potato salad party. And people were giving the money. Who are these people giving money?
And maybe it gives them something to talk about at family
They want to be a
dinners.
part. Everybody wants to be a part of something.
Yeah,
It's another thing
right,
you're paying
yeah.
attention
$50,
to.
yeah.
I don't do anything, but I want to be a part of something, even
Yeah.
if it's just
Yeah.
potato salad.
Could you
on
imagine
Facebook.
somebody that donated $5,000 anonymously to this guy? Potato? Like, you never donate anything
No.
anonymous. What's the point?
Anonymous
Yeah.
could be because it's like you to yourself, and you just want to get the ball
That's
rolling.
nice.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
that's,
want,
yeah,
I want
that's
someone
really
to see. I want
smart.
people to see. Like, you know what? I'm going
Yeah.
to sing. Let's say you're making a project. You're like, I'm going to make a movie.
Yeah,
I just need 50 grand. Like, I'll put in 10 grand of my own.
yeah.
So what you do is you go GoFundMe and just do like 2 different $2,000,
Right.
a bunch of these big donations.
It's like putting a few bucks in the tip jar before you
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
But what you do is you just take a loan out for that money
oh
that you put in. So you take a loan out
and
with
you
a
pay back the
high
loan with
interest
the
rate.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And then you like ask people, for more
I feel like
money.
it's so easy to just pocket all that money
Mhm.
Yeah.
because I can make. Let's say I had the money to make a movie anyway, and I go like, you know what? I have the money to make it, but do the GoFundMe anyway for an extra 20 grand.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just make the money with the money I was gonna just pocket the 20
Yeah.
grand.
Well, yeah.
and be like, yeah, I made this movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I started
I
a
don't know.
Kickstarter to start a Kickstarter, and then people just give you more money to
Yeah,
start
yeah,
a
yeah.
Kickstarter.
You can start your
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
I need to get a computer to start the
Exactly.
Kickstarter on.
You know who should have started a Kickstarter was
Huh.
Tony Montana in Scarface. Speaking of
Oh,
Scarface,
speaking of Scars.
yes. That's
interesting.
true.
Nikki,
So,
you mentioned something about Scars.
Well, I asked Rishi ahead of time if he had anything that he might want to
That's
talk about,
true, yeah.
and he
Oh.
mentioned acne
this is
scarring.
all
I have
tying in
acne
together now.
scarring.
Right. So
Okay.
if we're marking this on the chapters, this is where we start talking about the actual skincare.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of different types of acne scarring. Did you have do you? Look, I mean, yours is like very light, like
Man, I'm seeing every quarter millimeter, but that's because I grew up with it.
right.
So
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
really
yeah.
tell how it comes across, but
Did you have really bad acne?
I did. I had really bad acne for like a couple years, and I think it was because my mother always made me drink milk.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Did you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
like any other reactions to milk, like
No.
like gastro or anything?
No, just Indians love to have milk.
They
The
do?
whole cow thing.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah.
They just say like milk, drink milk, and
So-
also there was a lot of milk propaganda back then. There was like billboards saying "drink milk" and
Does a body good
commercials,
and all
milk.
that,
So I
yeah.
grew up with a lot of in the big milk industrial complex, and then I heard it was bad
Oh.
for skin.
Yeah,
Later on.
dairy's not really
And
that
apparently
bad for you.
skim milk was really bad, and I drank a lot of skim milk.
milk?
Well, that's just
later on.
sugar.
Well, because later on in life, I was like, okay, I'll have the milk, but I don't want to have all this fat. I'm getting fat.
Yeah.
So I switched to skim, and that's when I had acne from like the top of my head to the bottom,
Whoa.
just like crazy, and
Mhm.
like scarring like crazy, only for a couple years. And then I would get a pimple here and there, and it kind of went away once I left. I think I had a lot of allergies in Montreal.
Oh,
And
okay.
I also had hay fever. I don't get allergies outside of there. There's something there that doesn't agree with
doesn't
me.
agree with your skin.
Yeah.
Well, it's really like your skin is just communicating with you, and it's just what do you
Mhm.
do about it? With acne, obviously, there's like a million different treatments, but
The soap that worked for me ever was Vichy.
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 Okay, do they sell that here?
I think you can get it on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. I found it in Montreal. I just like this. It was the first soap I ever used because I use all the ones like Clear Cell, Neutrogena, and then some of these fancy ones. But this one, like, it could have been a coincidence because I also moved around this time, but I used it. It just cleared everything up.
This show has been really good so far. And then I'll bring up a topic, and I as an esthetician, I try to find my, the solution that I would tell somebody or look on the internet or read about stuff. And inevitably somebody comes in and they're like, no, I just started taking vitamin A and the rash went away, or like in you, I just started using this very simple thing. Yeah.
Well, I was a soap and it was like some topical cream they also gave me, but it was just like at a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Like Rite Aid. Yeah, a place like that.
And then it just went away.
Just went away, but it was also the time I moved from Montreal. So I kind of also feel like it could be the change in atmosphere.
Oh, okay. That makes a big difference, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't have any allergies until I moved out here.
Oh,
it was after a
wow.
couple, maybe even like a year or two. It wasn't even something like where I was like, oh my God, it was so dry or whatever. But it was after a while. It started to just like, I'd start to get allergies. My nose would run and my face would turn super red. But yeah, it's kind of bizarre how that
There's a lot more pollen here than Florida.
Definitely
I
a
would
lot
think.
more pollen. Yeah.
I don't think you get pollen in a swamp.
I guess so. But sometimes the air, because for me, I don't really get allergies here because I think the dry air kind of helps. It might give me like a cold or make me lose my voice, but it won't give me allergies.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas I think humid places give me more allergies.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Well, there's a lot of different types of scarring. I want to know what yours is very shallow, which is a good sign. Have you ever tried to do anything to help it?
No, because I heard about microdermabrasion.
Yeah. I can do microdermabrasion on
I had
you.
a friend that she did it and it didn't look good.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it
Like I
shouldn't.
could tell, it's kind of still there. It's just a different scarring.
Well,
now.
then they probably didn't do it right. Honestly,
you know.
microderm is very easy,
But
very
she had a lot of
gentle.
money. She did it at a fancy place. It
Well,
was
that
kinda
doesn't mean
Was
anything
her face,
because
like,
I've been
super
doing
red?
it for a long time. It doesn't.
No,
it's not
it's
supposed
just
to have
you
that
can
reaction.
just tell like something's wrong.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of like it just looks like a different version of acne scarring.
Did you have macrodermabrasion?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Could
that.
be.
Well,
She was
regular dermabrasion,
macrodosing.
some people do. They get rid of scarring. They're macrodosing.
Okay.
But even doing microderm, even doing like lactic acid peels, there's all kinds of stuff you can put on there to reduce the appearance of it. It really just takes
Right now,
off.
I'm following my wife's skincare routine.
Which is
Man, I don't even know. It's okay. So you put some toner on. You know what toner is,
Yeah.
right? You put that on. And then I
No, I have
put
never
on.
heard of toner.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
It's for the printer. There's also like this blue. I don't know. It's like a blue elixir.
okay,
So I take a little droplet of that.
like a serum.
Serum, yes.
Okay.
An
Put that on.
Alchemy, yeah, I like
Put that on, and then let that sit for a while, like a
Okay.
couple minutes.
Yeah.
And then I go in and I put this thing. I don't know if it's a peptide thing on the under eyes.
Okay. Yeah.
Both because I
Deferming.
have bags. And I think that's also like an Indian skin thing.
Yes, it is.
Prone
Darker
to
skin,
bags.
prone to bags for sure. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So put that on, and then there's it depends on the day of the week. Either put on a Retin-A.
Okay.
I think we
A
do that-
retinol.
I guess so.
Okay, because Retin-A is from a dermatologist and it's
Yeah.
stronger. So.
Retin-A.
Okay, your
Retin-A.
retinol.
Yeah, Retin-A.
She gets it from the derm.
She gets it, from the derm.
And you're just taking her Retin-A or
Yeah,
using
yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah,
And how many
Retin-A.
times? Do you use that every day?
No, like twice a week.
Okay, good.
Something
Okay,
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
Twice a week, and the other days.
It's not retina.
No,
No,
that's
that's
your
your eye.
That's your
eyeball.
eye.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's where you apply the Retin-A.
Yeah. To
Yeah,
your
oh, yeah, yeah,
eyeballs.
yeah.
Yeah. to the retinol.
This is all foreign to me, man. I don't even know.
And then I don't know. There's another thing. If it's not Retin-A, it's something that it kind of feels like a polish. in
Oh, like a
weird way.
scrub.
I guess so. Yeah, and just wipe that on.
And do you wipe it off then?
No, it's not. It's not a scrub. It blends in. It's like a cream.
Oh.
Some night cream.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that could change. Right now, it's like this yellow polish looking thing. And before that, it was something in a blue thing, and it was white.
I love that you just go along with it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's good enough for her, it's good enough. She has very good skin.
Yeah,
she has
she's
like
beautiful
olive,
skin.
thick skin.
Mhm. Your skin's looking very good, though.
That's thanks to
I
her.
have to say, yeah. Well,
She's
good.
doing that. And we have a mask. Mask I do maybe a couple times a year. I never remember to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you can get those Korean sheet masks. Those are kind of fun to do too.
Okay. Yeah.
They
yeah.
feel very hydrating.
Yeah, they are.
Very,
Yeah,
very
yeah, a little.
cooling.
But I hate putting them on.
Oh, because they're
It's
kind of
like,
wet.
ooh, it's
and-
cold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's clear.
Like it's not fun, to do that. but-
Yeah.
Put them in the oven for like a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's true. Burn my face.
Can I see the next page, Marcus? Producer Marcus?
Oh man, you're working here.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look at like one of the things I wanted to cover really fast.
These are like your Letterman slides.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And no one's supposed to know they're there. And then I'm
how
supposed,
the cue
I'm
card has
supposed to look like I'm
evolved.
talking to you, but I'm just actually looking
Oh, you're
behind
gonna
you.
put retinoids. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there we
I
go.
figured I'd get to some of
Oh,
the stuff.
salicylic acid. That
Salicylic
never
acid.
worked for me.
Okay, that didn't work for
I
you.
feel like that made it worse.
It could
Dries it out.
Yes, it's very drying.
Dries it out.
Very,
Not
very
good.
drying.
Did you put Accutane on here?
Accutane. Oh man,
Bro, I think
well,
that's to prevent pimples
that's a
in the first place.
preventative because you're
Yeah.
not going to break out, or it will take the acne away. But
My
it's not going to get rid of the
sister
scarring.
did Accutane, was like depressed.
Yeah.
That's a huge side effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like one thing. Was that years ago? Like the kids offing themselves.
Oh, and they were all on
Really?
Accutane.
Of
That's the opposite.
Accutane.
Yeah, because of
Wow.
like your severe depression. Plus, you're not feeling good about yourself at the
I think
time.
they say
Yeah.
the hair loss pills do the same,
Same thing, yeah.
right? Depression?
Oh
depression
wow.
is supposed to also like I think it can like mess with your reproductive and
Yeah.
What
Oh,
is it? The depression?
Like Propecia.
the propecia,
Propecia.
or the
Oh, right.
But I know
Rogaine.
people that do it and they seem fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. For comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
But you've only known them for a couple years.
Yeah,
So it could be they just later on it's just they're
Yeah.
psycho.
No, they're still around. I'm assuming they're still doing the Propecia.
Yeah.
Brian Suppan, who was on the podcast once, and he has like a whole routine he was talking about that he does to preserve the hair he has. There's
Why
like,
is he losing his hair
I
already?
guess he feels that he is, and so
at that age. Because
yeah.
I only started losing my hair at like 35.
Okay,
And I feel like the later you lose your hair, the less of your hair you'll lose.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Maybe I'm
yeah.
just telling myself that.
Yeah, no, it seems
But I
likely
was like, okay, I
though.
only started losing it later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I don't mind if I'm
As long
bald
as you're
in my
telling
50s.
the universe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
you wouldn't look bad bald either, so that works. Yeah, I
bald.
know.
But
Yeah,
you
sometimes
have-
I'll
but
get
you have thick
sometimes I'll
hair.
get an audition and there's a character like I have like another character. It's like balding man. It's like imagine you're getting called in for balding man.
How did so your agent looked at you and was like,
No,
"All right,
it
I'm
wasn't for
gonna
me. It
submit
was
okay, yeah.
another character in there. I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, that's a
Dude,
guy.
it's nuts though. But like the characters that like stick out or the people you remember are people that just for one reason or another just own the way they looked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
pretty
then it's
much.
just-
And lean into it.
Well, look
yeah.
at James.
But it also
what's
helps
his
if you
face?
look interesting already.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like if my nose was just a bit bigger.
I
and
think
I
your
did
nose is plenty big.
Nah, but you know what I mean. Like something
Oh, you
is
mean
like,
Something like
yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
like
yeah, a bit
Adrian. What's his
crazy,
name? Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, who's
James, what's his name? James Wood, acne scars all over his face.
Yeah, like what about Danny Trejo? What does he have?
He's got exactly.
Is that
I'm
acne
sure that's
scars
what
or he
that
gets,
is.
like-
Yeah, unless
or
it's
he
like
gets,
from
like-
fighting.
Yeah, that's what it looked
and he
like.
found
He
his niche making
looks like
tacos.
a wrestler that used to blade a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
He
Yeah,
has
have, like, the
donuts
blade in
places.
Macho
the
Man, I
forehead.
think.
Yeah,
I
a
guess
bunch
they
of
all
them.
did,
They
huh?
all have like a little bit.
Hacksaw, not Hacksaw.
Abdullah the
Mick
Butcher.
Foley. Yeah, yeah.
Abdullah the
Oh,
Butcher.
yeah, the butcher.
You know,
Just
he's like,
like-
oh yeah, the
just cut
butcher.
it.
No, I know the older
Yeah.
when it was
Okay, okay.
WWF, and once
Yeah,
it went
yeah.
to the other thing,
But he was never in WWF.
He
He was
wasn't?
only in
Oh.
like Japan. But he's just so well known.
I think
Yeah.
I've heard the name.
Everybody
then.
knows Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh,
What was
okay.
that one? Wasn't it like a? I don't know if it was not that dude Love, but didn't Mick Foley go to Japan and do
Oh
one of those?
yeah.
For like
He
the-
lost his ear in Germany. He
That's
lost his
right.
ear in Germany
Wow.
Oh, I
fighting.
love that song.
Fighting. He was fighting Vader. His ear
Yeah.
got ripped off.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh
And
my
he
god.
said he lost it because he didn't know the German word for formaldehyde.
Oh, so
he
they
didn't
couldn't
get it in
preserve
time. Yeah, they couldn't get it in
Oh.
time at the arena because he
Oh my
knew what to
God.
do.
Oh my god.
But he couldn't. They didn't know what formaldehyde meant.
Oh wow.
Does he not have an ear?
Yeah, he's missing an ear.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I would wear a headband with an ear on it, just like
get
for
long
public.
hair.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh yeah.
don't?
With
Okay.
that'd
You
be
know what?
hilarious. With a
That's
fake
not
ear.
even the worst looking thing about him.
No,
So,
no, there's more.
Yeah.
Wait, there's
yeah.
more.
Yeah, his
now.
own weight too.
you know, that guy's
That's-
fucked up.
Yeah, just jumping off of like 20-foot like cages
Oh shit.
onto
Yeah.
tables on the like picnic.
I mean, he really did a lot to be in the zeitgeist because he's definitely is in the zeitgeist.
yeah, and was
People
it
are talking.
three different characters, right? That he did.
Yeah, he did a lot, but it was like Mankind was where he got
Yeah.
famous in WWE. Before that, he was Cactus Jack in
That's
ECW. And then when he just got famous, when he was just like Mick Foley, and it's
Yeah.
like all the other characters he was doing, like
Yeah.
everybody was in on it.
Yeah.
He wasn't
yeah.
really Dude Love. It was just like some character they knew that he was
No,
doing.
okay.
Just he was big.
Yeah.
You know.
You love the characters though.
Yeah.
It is fun.
It's all-
Some.
yeah.
They've done all the character. Man, they did like a character. They did Truth Commission where they were like a South African apartheid army people.
So
I was like,
weirdly
man, you guys
specific.
really touched on. They did like French Quebecois separatists.
Yeah.
Because in
What?
Quebec, they want to separate from Canada. I was like, how do they? I don't know, flipping through the channels, and my friend was like, why do they have a separatist tag team?
And
How
little
is
kids
somebody
are
in
the ones
Florida
watching it. It's
going
just-
to watch this and
Yeah.
understand?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. I was like, they just had to
Yeah.
do everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I
They've
guess they
done
do.
everything.
I mean, remember when The Rock came out with when there was a Nation of Domination?
Yeah.
And that was basically
They were great.
like it was awesome.
They're like the
But-
Black Panthers.
Yeah, it was like a
Oh,
Black
okay.
Panther. It was like a
Yeah,
militant
yeah.
black group that was wrestlers,
Uh-huh.
and like it was never really like on like the racial tip, but like they were just always like
Sometimes they did that thing where DX something like sabotaged their locker room,
Oh, yeah,
and they
yeah, yeah.
blamed it on the Hart Foundation. And then they told like, and I even heard that Brett was using the N-word. And then they get into a
Oh
huge
my
fight
God.
about it.
dude.
But
Yeah, that's some pretty. I mean, I do like that theater.
Which
You
one?
know, no,
Oh,
just
the
the
theater.
whole
oh,
Yeah,
wrestling.
theater.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that
just
is like our Shakespeare now.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
guess,
true.
right?
Yeah, I like
What
that.
else do we have where they're making a lot of it from one thing and this many people
Yeah.
are
These
watching?
very dramatic sort of storylines between. and-
I would say I heard something, or I saw some old article that like wrestling was like one of the only things that Israelis and Palestinians would watch together
Oh, whoa.
Like,
really?
at a bar and not have like there's no argument, there's no like soccer, there's no teams.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that.
It's kind of like wrestling is huge there.
Wrestling could save the world.
Yeah, maybe it already
Entertainment.
has.
I want to do another video where we do wrestling again.
Yeah, sure,
That was so fun.
sure.
That was one of my favorite things I've ever done in my whole life.
Really?
It really is.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love watching it. I love
Yeah.
pretending to, like
We should repost it.
I should. Maybe I will.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
If I can find it, I will. It was so good. It was so fun, and you did such an amazing job. And then weren't you sitting on the couch like you guys were
I
talking?
was just
about
reacting
stuff?
to it,
Yeah.
holding stuff.
And Dante, yeah, it was.
yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Anyway, so
Those were the
Speaking
days.
of
those were the
couches.
days, yeah.
Speaking of couches, my acne
It's
scars.
acne
Yeah.
scars. I'm looking, and I'm. It is
Now
talking
back
about how.
to your
Yes.
Yeah.
back to the problem with your face.
So retinoids, which I
Yeah.
guess would include Retin-A.
I'm assuming they're the same. Like, no, the retinoid is a completely different thing.
Well, retinoid is more of a natural
One
vitamin A, and Retin-A is a
Mhm.
synthetic version of vitamin A. So
Ah.
that's the
So
difference.
what do you want? You don't want the synthetic, right?
I prefer that people, especially if they're going to come see me, don't use Retin-A if
Mhm.
possible. I mean, some people I know that use it a lot. I can feel it on their skin. I'll ask them because it feels kind of smushy and like
Mhm.
too slippery.
Yeah.
But not everybody's like that. Obviously, your skin doesn't look like that.
Oh,
But
thank
the
you.
retinoids do help with the scarring.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Retin-A,
good.
I'm assuming, would probably help.
And you don't
some-
put the retin-A on the bags, right?
No, don't put it under your eyes. My
What
God.
do you recommend for the bags?
We're gonna do another one on bags
Okay.
coming up, but yeah, I mean, these are all really tough ones. Honestly, there's bags, pigmentation. There's a lot of different things
I
that
got
are
my
really
work
difficult
cut
to
out for
treat.
me.
I know, and me sometimes. Sometimes, let's see. Oh yeah, well, I guess that was pretty much it. I guess there's apple cider vinegar you could do, which is kind of.
Oh, what? You put that on your face?
Yeah, I would dilute it first and then do it as like a toner, and it will take some of the dead skin off. It probably makes it appear to be less. It's not fixing your scarring.
Mhm. Yeah, you can't fix the scarring.
You really can't unless you're doing like a severe dermabrasion where it just.
Severe dermabrasion.
Well, I mean, I don't know that they call it that in the hospital, but like,
Like-
but a microderm is very like on the surface, but
Yeah.
it's basically like, I don't know how they do it now, but my friend was in a car accident. She was a model, and she had to keep going for dermabrasion, and it was basically like taking like fiberglass or some, I don't even know what it was, to your skin, so that you just take that whole layer off.
And then it's like, does it reproduce?
The scar doesn't reproduce, but you have to keep going deep enough so that you're getting underneath where the scar was. So it's
But then
really
but
intense.
doesn't it kind of make your skin look a bit like concave? Because that's kind of what I found.
I don't
my
think she
friend
ever got
had.
to that point. I think it never
It was
truly
surface.
went
It was
away.
shallow enough.
It was shallow enough, yeah.
Mm.
And there are different types of scarring that are more deep.
Yeah.
Like I said, yours are very shallow.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I love that face.
I'm trying to show. I'm trying to like spread the skin in the places.
Oh, I thought you were trying to look shallow.
What do you think about?
I'm trying to spread the skin in the places.
You know what I mean? It's like, if I make this face.
It's like Sounds of the Lambs. I'm trying to spread the skin in the spaces. I don't know how do I do this?
Tack it to
It's
walls.
your first time skinning a person. I know.
Give the guy a break.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What if it wasn't? What if his job was an esthetician and that changes
Yeah.
the whole lotion on
He
the
was
skin
just-
and put it in
Yeah.
a
Yeah, he was just
basket.
practicing
Yeah,
like
yeah.
microdermabrasion.
Yeah.
That'll be when they remake it with an all women cast. You know, like they like to
Yes.
do that. So
I
they'll
like that. Yeah.
they'll be like, it was just for my own skin.
I'd
Yeah.
caress me, and then
Yeah, caress
Yeah.
me.
I'd listen to my problems because that's relationships.
Yeah, I
you
know, I know.
No, I'm kidding.
No, I was just I was spacing out just so I can get to a couple more things.
Oh yeah. Back to my ugly face.
No, stop. You should always be wearing sunscreen.
Oh,
Do you wear
fuck. No, not really.
It helps.
do you do
scars.
the sunscreen stuff?
I don't. I mean, when she's
It's
around,
for
she does.
scarring,
But
though.
I really.
I try to
don't.
do. I do it when I go to the beach.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll remember to do. But like, here's the thing: I wake up and I walk to the gym in the morning. I'm not going to wear sunscreen to
No.
walk.
I
to
get
you know
it.
what I mean? For 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But sunscreen is really, I would recommend more even if you had like really discolored scars, because then the sun will make them more obvious looking.
It activates them.
It
It's like
does.
it's red. It glows.
Yeah,
Sun
exactly.
is a great activator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a great activator.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so
sounds like a Wizard of Oz character. The great.
Great
You're here to see the great activator.
activator.
It's just the sun.
let's see.
But hold on. So do I got to put on sunscreen for that? Like
Well,
walking
I think
outside
you're
for
okay.
7 minutes?
Looking at your skin, I think you're fine.
but basically any other. Like, what about when I'm driving in a car?
If you're trying to reduce your scarring
yeah.
using, the A rays still usually go through your windows.
Is sunscreen, because I feel like sometimes, like, you know, like that copper tone sunscreen, I feel
Yeah.
like that's worse for your skin than the sun.
Oh, a lot of the
it's like-
95%
like,
of
how
them are bad
bad-
for you.
Yeah. So like, what do you really?
There's mineral sunblocks and things like that,
You
and more
know.
natural stuff that you can use.
What's
But
a
Where it's not
zinc
bad
one?
for you, it's just like less bad for you.
it's some that are not bad for you at all, but they're very chalky and hard to like pull off,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other ones are just kind of slightly less bad.
So it's like no matter what, your skin is like screwed.
You're screwed, yeah.
Wow.
But as long as
unless
it
you just
looks
don't put
good.
anything on, you never leave the house.
I personally just wear a hat. I don't like to put
Like a
that stuff on my
bucket
skin.
hat.
Yeah, just a bucket.
Like a bucket hat.
Yeah.
Because it has to be enough that it covers.
No,
you
I
know,
use like a
Yeah.
5-inch like brim.
One of the first times we were
I
like,
can't wear that.
I know.
we were,
I want you to.
we
though.
were hanging out early on, and we went to the Fryman Overlook, the trail in Los Angeles, like like one of the more popular ones. And we're walking, and Nikki's walking closer and
I
closer
know
to
what
this
you're gonna
tree,
say.
and she has this giant blue hat on,
Yeah.
and she's walking close to this tree, and I see her doing this, and I remember saying out loud to her, I go, "Are you serious?" Because I thought she was joking. I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she just walked into it, and just went because she had this giant hat
Yeah,
on.
she can't see.
And I couldn't hear him.
And he
because
couldn't hear because it was like coning,
blocks-
and also it wasn't that.
And you're wearing noise canceling headphones.
Yeah,
I do that whenever
yeah.
we're.
Look at you. She's trying to cancel noise.
Yeah.
Noise is very anti-Semitic, so it needs to be canceled.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
All right. And
Son
then
of
the
a gun.
last thing that I want to say.
All right.
If
This is
you
the
have
last thing.
acne, well, I mean, we can say anything we want, but I just
Okay.
want to, I would definitely want to cover this because this is something that I have to tell people on a regular basis.
Do not pick.
Don't
Fucking
put your
don't
finger
I
put
in
mean,
your
your butt.
face.
obviously.
You would say it, you would
But
think.
sometimes it feels good.
Yeah.
You should also put like do not smoke cigarettes. Doesn't mean people aren't going to do
yeah,
it.
exactly.
You know.
Yeah. No, I got callus on my hands. I'm picking at him. I know I
I
shouldn't
have
do
callus on my hands from like weight training. It's just like callus.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Did you pick them?
sometimes, yeah.
I like picking things too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
like
mean,
it.
obviously it's my
And I
job.
know it's
Calluses are
bad,
like-
and because it's bad, I like doing it even more.
Yeah.
I named all my
okay.
I named all my
Subconscious
calluses
level.
Brian.
What's
This is
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah.
Callus.
Oh.
Brian Callus. This one's Joe Rogan. So, yeah, don't pick.
So
But,
don't pick.
but sometimes, like, picking almost feels like, when you pop a zit, you're like, oh, it feels like I got that off my system. I got it, whatever. But
So you should
you're
never
actually
pop a zit even.
Well, no, I'm
Even
not
when it's a
saying that.
whitehead?
I'm saying you need to do if you're gonna do it,
Mhm.
know how to do it, or come to see somebody who knows how to do it. Because most people get underneath
Mhm.
the pimple, in a sense, it might be too red and it's too sensitive. Then
And they
the,
keep squeezing.
yeah, and then they get some off the top,
Yeah.
and then the pore has broken down below.
Yeah.
And so now you're getting another bacterial situation in there underneath so now you've made 2 pimples and then that one's way deeper
It's
and
like
it's going to be,
Cloverfield.
it's going to be,
Yeah.
was that a horror movie?
You know that was about monster when like
Yeah.
things fell out of like his dandruff turned into big spiders
Yeah,
that
it
were
was
like
like-
attacking
yeah.
people on the ground.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to? Is it a comedy?
No.
Sounds
not at all.
okay. Oh, okay.
Well, there's 3 Cloverfields. Cloverfield is a very interesting franchise. The first movie is like this big J.J. Abrams, but then it's like found footage, so it kind of looks like crap, you know? And then the second one is this complete left turn into like a hyper drama with John Goodman.
Oh.
And
Oh,
like
different
almost
tone.
like completely divorced
Huh.
from. It's like the best one of the amazing movie. Definitely the best of the Cloverfield series.
The second one.
is the second one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
The
because John
Godfather's
Goodman's
Yeah.
in it.
And then it ends with like a piece of shit B movie.
Oh.
That also has nothing to do
Just like
with
The
anything.
Godfather.
Yeah,
Yes.
kind of.
Oh my God.
Oh my
very
God, that's
interesting.
Parallel
exactly kind of what it
situations,
is,
Yep. Maybe
you
that's
know?
why they did it that way.
I mean, except The Godfather is like amazing.
It's an
but
homage.
Yeah. The Godfather is amazing. Then number
Yeah.
2 was like the
Number
the
two-
third
Really
was
good.
just
Yeah, it was the
I
fantastic.
don't know. I love I know everybody. It's popular to say part 2 is the
So,
best.
well, De Niro's in it. There's like a whole other
and
thing.
there's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of cheat codes in part 2.
There's definitely.
Whereas part 1 was just like it's a movie you can't take your eyes off.
Yeah.
of.
Yes.
very
And the
true.
more cliche and traditional it
Part
is, the more
2
you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You
Because
know.
part 2 was like a squatty potty.
Part 2 was
Super
like
easy.
Back to the Future part 2.
Oh, interesting.
Everybody likes Back
It
to the
was
Future
just-
I
part
haven't
2
seen
more
that
than
one
Back to the
yet.
Future
It was
part
more-
1.
yeah.
Because it's like you have more to play with. Like, okay, now that we got the concept, I'm going to show you this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But Back to the Future 1 is the real best movie.
That's the
of
best
that.
one for
Yeah,
sure.
I
Yes,
think
yes.
so.
And
That
I
leads
still,
you
and
into
I
all
kind of
it.
feel like the same way with Godfather 1. It's like, yeah, but this was the thing.
Yeah.
You know.
But Godfather 3 was horrendous.
I don't know, it was horrendous.
In-
It was
in
kind of
the-
boring. Godfather 3 was
comparatively,
like
maybe, I don't
like
know.
like the
I'm exaggerating.
procedural. It's like it was like kind of like watching Criminal Minds.
Andy Garcia
Oh, yeah.
cannot be in the mafia. He was great in Ocean's 11
Right.
because anyways, you can't have two people who love to yell in the same movie. Pacino and Garcia.
Oh no! Oh yeah, they're always
It's too much.
yelling.
I don't mind Andy Garcia. I just don't think that was, in that move.
It
And
was
then
just
Joe
too
Montana,
much
it's
in a
just-
small, like, this is the guy now? I
Yeah.
just didn't buy it.
I didn't
There was
either.
no
Yeah.
build up.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
It was like, it's like putting, like, it's like when they gave Roman Reigns the WrestleMania main event when he was there for like a year. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
And then the fact that his daughter dies at the end, I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it ends terribly.
They have
for
to make you care. So
Yeah.
like, okay, we'll do a big thing with people you just met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like-
You
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
met.
I don't
Yeah.
know these people.
Yeah, is that
You
easier
know?
for you to cry in front of a stranger, or less easy to cry in front of a stranger?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I don't know. I tried whenever I'm about to cry, I'm holding on like don't fucking cry.
yeah.
You know? And I have little cheats for crying. Like I'm gonna cry at a movie theater. I'll go like, okay, just cry out of the eye that's not facing the person I'm with.
Oh, yeah.
I just go
yeah.
like this, and like then the tear comes there, and then it doesn't need to come out of there so much.
You are so talented.
You know,
That's incredible.
How do you get that to
Yeah.
only do one eye though?
I let it happen. I just blink that eye that I want to cry,
Oh,
so the
okay.
water will just come and pour out. And then it's kind of like it's as if this eye could breathe now because that eye is doing the, you know.
That's amazing control to have over your
Yeah.
body.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can't
Yeah.
Holding a fart.
hold in a fart. Some people can't
Mhm.
cry on command. Some people can't stop crying.
I definitely can't. Here's the thing: I can cry all the time, except for like when I have
You
to
have
on
to.
camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, when I have to do it, no way. But I
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
cry driving home, listening to a commercial on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, like putting yourself in a place where you
Yeah,
makes you want to cry.
easy.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
too.
But when I have to cry, it's like
There's a Next Generation Star Trek episode that makes me cry every time I hear the music. And
really.
it's just sometimes I would put it on when I was younger so I could get myself to
To
cry. 'cause
cry.
I felt like I needed to get
oh,
myself
it
out.
feels good.
That's kind
why
of what's
we
been
like
good
those
about
kind of
like
movies.
Zoom auditions. Like when I'll just like listen to a bunch of sad songs and read the lyrics while I'm in the
Oh,
waiting
wow.
room.
Yeah.
So when they
Yeah.
bring me in, I'm kind of already crying.
Yeah. They're like,
You
oh,
know?
this is for a
Crest
Crest commercial.
Yeah,
I'm like, I know, man. It's really sad.
Because like, have you seen my teeth?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I was crying.
I'm crying.
What's
Speaking of scarring,
speaking of scarring,
Oh,
I
is
don't
there
know. No,
more on the scars?
Mark was saying something about.
You guys don't have any acne scars, eh?
I don't have acne scars. I have some chickenpox scars.
I have a couple
Interesting.
chickenpox scars and I have a couple acne
Chickenpox scars.
Yeah,
are
I
hidden
got
by
chickenpox
the-
as an adult.
hidden by the hair. But yeah,
Oh, yeah,
there's like
exactly.
some spots that are like,
I never heard of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder because I had chickenpox. I don't know.
But
about
if
I
you
it.
pick
scratched
at them,
it.
yeah, if you
I
scratch them,
scratched it.
that's when like don't pick.
So I guess I didn't.
don't
Maybe I
pick.
did. I guess I didn't scratch them. I don't know. Can you tell what's
No.
a chickenpox?
I don't think you
scar?
have chickenpox, and
No.
not that I'm seeing right now. They're
Okay.
usually like pretty round and kind of bigger than a regular scar.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Chickenpox are just it's such a paltry disease.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Remember her?
Mm.
Yeah, she's a good chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goop.
Goop.
Goop. That's close. That's close.
Yeah.
That's close to the racial slur.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. That's not good.
Yeah. Goop. I'm sure some people are using it as a racial slur. Not
I'm
even
sure people
knowing.
that have
They don't know better.
Yeah, yeah.
or they have speech impediments
Yeah.
and they're trying to make themselves feel better by
Yeah.
picking on somebody else, but they can't even say it correctly.
Yeah.
There's a market for everybody in this world.
Does she have skincare products? What do you think of Gwyneth Paltrow? She must, right?
Yeah. Oh, she sells tons of them.
And what do you rank it?
I don't look at them, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she represents like really expensive lines.
Of course,
Oh,
but I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
curious, is the product good?
I don't know. And there's no way for me to find out without using it. And
Yeah.
so
You'll never buy it? You don't want to give your money to Gwyneth Paltrow?
being in the business, you don't want to spend full price on any skincare
Mhm.
product. I want someone to give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe Gwyneth Paltrow sponsor the show. Give
You
us
know
the
what?
product.
it could happen.
You know,
Probably not, but it could.
I think she needs to do something to up her image.
Yeah.
Because people have been shitting on Gwyneth Paltrow
she
for like
hasn't-
10 years.
I know.
What's
poor
what is it about her that people are so
She's just so disconnected
off.
and unaware.
Yeah.
okay.
You know,
She would post stuff on her
She
Goop
made a
that like
po-
you couldn't afford.
she posted something like, there was some article where Gwyneth Paltrow was quoted that like the pandemic during lockdown, she went to the limits of like her mental capacity that she actually ate bread.
Oh my God.
So like to
That's
her,
such a-
that's such a like I was like,
That-
wow, that's
right,
a,
I can
I was like, that's like a
feel your pain.
character.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a character in like Futurama parodies.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
I was like, so
my
you're living
God.
like that.
Yeah, that's like something Calculon would say, like, "Oh my God, I ate bread."
Yeah.
You know, like that
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah, yeah.
hammed up, like clueless. Thinks gallons of milk cost $50.
I cannot even.
bizarre.
I eat bread like it's a given.
Like it's just part. Like
To
Yeah,
me,
yes,
bread
yeah.
is
Bread's
like
the
the
best.
bread and rice. To me, were like the plate. It's like, oh, you want a plate with
Yeah.
this?
Yeah,
It's like, yeah.
yeah. This is
It's like, oh, by the way, the plate's bad for you. The plate gives you diabetes. And it's
No.
like, what?
Is that true?
Well, no, but if you eat too much
Yeah.
bread and too much carb, it's like
Yeah.
sugar. Like I didn't know that these things were bad.
Okay, right. I got it.
They were never marketed badly,
right.
and
No.
that's it. I was raised addicted to them.
Were you eating a lot of Indian food? Did your mom cook Indian food?
Yeah, she cooked
So like
Indian
you're eating
food.
like naan
A lot
and
of
things like that.
bread, rice.
but that's
Yeah,
the
right.
thing.
That's
too.
everything, though. What
Yeah.
doesn't have bread
So
and
many-
rice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many like delicious breads, all different types of breads. Every one of them. I was just talking before. Some days I'll just have like 6 pieces of toast
Mhm.
and maybe 1 hard-boiled egg for all my meals. I just love like
Mhm.
sourdough bread.
Mhm.
Well, I love
butter.
like good bagels.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
bagels
best.
are
A good quality
amazing.
bagel.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you have a very good quality bagel, which I know is like not around here as
Mhm.
much, you just put butter on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing else.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're just
Butter.
eating hyper bread.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I'm really just
Bagels
tasting
are also
the bread.
good for if you have a diarrhea.
Oh.
Eat a couple bagels and
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
stopped up.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
poop for a long time.
Yeah. But
Okay.
speaking of bagels
Yeah.
and scarring, we should probably wrap it up.
Oh,
Probably
you're
wrap it
such
up.
a killjoy, but yes.
I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
should.
Well,
Rishi,
I'll see if this works.
yes. I mean,
I think I basically.
it looks like you're already doing it.
I'm basically
Yeah,
doing all
you're
the
doing
stuff,
it,
but-
and your skin has
and
been
this is the
looking
best.
really
This is
good.
the best I could do. It's the best
Like-
I can come up with. Almost doing it every day.
You look great.
You know.
Yeah, and I like the sideburns too.
I love the
Oh, thank you.
sideburns.
Yeah. They're
Love the way-
uneven right now.
Nobody would ever know.
I get different reactions. Some
Huh.
people say like, "What are you doing?" And some people are like, "You think you're Elvis or something?" It's
You gotta, dude.
You know,
you
sure,
deserve
whatever.
better friends. Than
Yeah,
this.
you
think
do.
you're Elvis or
they're like
something.
family too. So.
Oh, okay.
You deserve
Yeah.
better
They can
family.
roast you.
Yeah. Don't we all?
And on that
Isn't
note,
that a classic?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Speaking
you
of
do.
scarring
Yeah.
emotionally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank
blast,
you.
dude.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this is great.
Super fun.
I would just sit here and talk to you guys for another
Yeah.
couple
Well, we should
hours.
always be filming. Always be.
always
hanging out
always
here.
ABF.
Yep.
Yep.
So we release these every Wednesday at 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Subscribe, and then I also want
East
to,
Coast.
if people want to comment on like remedies that they have or what works and doesn't work for them in the comments on YouTube, I would love that because I can always
Yes,
learn.
I will look at those as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for everything, guys.
Don't forget to prescribe. And Rishi, what's your socials?
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm
Security
on
number.
Instagram at
Mhm.
Rishi_EH at Rishi A.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
nice.
that's it. I got a wrestling reel doing numbers on there right now. Go check it out if you love
Ooh.
wrestling.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pump up the hashtags.
That's it.
And
Hashtag
I don't know how to,
whatever.
support your local comic.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we
That's
we
it.
hit it. Yeah.
That's
All right.
it.
Well, see you guys next week, and have a good night.
Peace.
Bye or day.